Final update. I showed up for Christmas, but Mom said, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong house." Shocked, I left. Minutes later, my brother called. "Don't be upset, but you know we couldn't let you in." I replied, "Understood." He forgot to hang up. He still thinks helping with rent means he's automatically included. I canceled rent, blocked cards, and by morning, there were 61 missed calls. You're 24 and still living off your parents. You're not suffering, you're freeloading. Enough. Dad's voice boomed. "Jacob, we can fix this. Just come back. Help out like you always do." "No." Mom's face twisted, her voice breaking. "Jacob, please. We're your family. We love you." I looked at her, at Dad's stunned silence, at Adam's twisted scowl. I felt nothing but cold, clear certainty. "Love?" I whispered. "You love my money. But me? I was just convenient." And then I turned, walked out the door, and left them standing in the glow of their perfect, warm house. The cold bit at my face, but it felt like freedom. My phone buzzed, and I let it ring until the screen went dark and the road stretched ahead of me, clear and quiet. My phone was a storm, calls, texts, voicemail after voicemail, a relentless flood. But I didn't answer. I didn't even look. Mom's messages shifted from pleading to guilt-tripping in a heartbeat. "Jacob, please. We're your family. How could you do this to us? Your father is sick from the stress. Is that what you wanted?" Adam was less dramatic but no less furious. "Seriously, you just abandoned us? You ruined everything. Do you even understand what you've done?" But the real chaos began 3 days later when they showed up at my door. Mom's face was blotchy, her eyes red and swollen. Dad loomed behind her, stiff and sullen, his hands shoved deep into his coat pockets. "We need to talk," Mom demanded, pushing forward, but I blocked the doorway. "No, we don't." "What do you mean, we don't?" Dad's voice was low, but the threat was there, simmering. "You've turned our lives upside down, canceled cards, stopped the rent payments. Are you out of your mind?" I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. "Out of my mind for finally saying no?" "This isn't just about you, Jacob," Mom's voice broke, the tears coming instantly. "We're your family. Your father's health is on the line. That's on you." I said, voice steady, "It's always been on you." "Listen to yourself," Dad snapped, stepping forward. "You're throwing a tantrum over a misunderstanding. This is your home, your family. You shut me out," I shot back. "I showed up for Christmas, and you closed the door in my face. I paid your rent, your utilities, I kept this family afloat, and you treated me like an outsider." "Jacob, you're being dramatic," Mom whispered, but her voice shook. "Am I?" I leaned in, cold fury burning beneath my calm. What did I get in return? Insults behind my back? A brother who thinks I'm nothing but a wallet? Parents who smile at me when they need something and turn away the second I'm not useful? "That's not true," Mom's voice wavered, but I saw the flicker of guilt. "Oh, it's true." I pulled out my phone, scrolling through the messages until I found the one I'd heard through the door that night. I tapped play, and Adam's voice crackled to life. "He still thinks helping with rent means he's automatically included." Silence. My mother's face drained of color. Dad's jaw clenched, his eyes shifting to Adam. "I didn't mean it like that," Adam blurted, stepping forward. "Come on, Jake, you know I was just being honest." I interrupted. "Saying what you all think. That's not fair," Mom whispered, tears streaming now. "We love you." "No. You love what I can do for you." Dad's calm broke, his voice a low growl. "Enough of this. You're acting like a spoiled child. You think you're better than us because you have some money? No. I think I deserve respect. But I'll settle for peace." "Peace?" Dad laughed, but it was a desperate, hollow sound. "Cutting off your family isn't peace, it's cruelty." "Cruelty?" My voice rose, and for the first time, I didn't hold back. Cruelty is using someone over and over, making them feel like they owe you just for existing. Cruelty is laughing at me, calling me a fool for caring. "Jacob," Mom's voice was a broken whisper, "we didn't know you felt this way." "Because you never asked," I said, stepping back, beginning to close the door. "And now you can feel what I felt, alone." "Wait." Mom lunged forward, but I shut the door in her face. I stood there, breathing hard, the muffled sounds of her sobs barely reaching me through the wood. For a second, a sick ping of guilt twisted in my chest, but then I remembered the laughter through the door, the whispered insults, the constant feeling of being useful but never wanted. I turned my phone to silent, walked to my kitchen, made a coffee, and sat by the window. The snow was falling again, slow and quiet, the kind of quiet I hadn't felt in years. They kept knocking for another 10 minutes. I didn't move. I didn't even look. An hour later, the buzzing started again. More calls, more messages. I didn't answer. I didn't even check. By morning, I had over 80 missed calls, but all I felt was a strange, warm calm. For the first time, I wasn't drowning. I was free. I woke up to silence, not the anxious, heavy silence of waiting for something bad, but a calm, clean quiet. No missed calls, no desperate texts, just the soft light spilling through the blinds. Peace. Weeks passed, and I began to embrace that emptiness. At first, it was unsettling, the absence of chaos, but day by day, it felt like breathing fresh air after being trapped underwater. I worked without interruptions, cooked meals for myself, took long walks without glancing at my phone. But the world didn't stay unchanged. "Did you hear? Your parents lost the house," Mrs. Linda, my neighbor, whispered one morning by the mailbox, her voice filled with a mix of curiosity and pity. Your mom's blaming your dad, and your brother works at the grocery store now. I nodded. Yeah, that's right. What happened? She pressed, eyes wide. I just left, I smiled, turning away. Back home, I found an old family album shoved in the back of my closet. I hadn't touched it in years. I flipped through the pages, smiling faces, summer picnics, birthday cakes. There was young me, grinning, oblivious to what the future held. My phone buzzed on the counter, a new message. Mom, we lost everything. Your father says it's my fault. Adam won't speak to me. Please, Jacob. We were wrong. I'm sorry. Come home. I stared at it, my thumb hovering over the screen. Then I tapped delete. I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel guilt. Just a quiet, powerful freedom. I put the album back on the top shelf, where it would gather dust. It was a part of my life, but only a part. Stepping outside, the crisp air filled my lungs. The sky stretched open, bright and endless. And for the first time in years, I smiled, not because someone needed me, but because I didn't need.